Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 42. My name is Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host this evening, as always, our dedicated leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Brad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's podcast. This is the podcast number 42. I am Atlas here at ARK. We have some really important updates for you today, as tonight we have for you the unveiling of our syndicate viewer. Some of you guys call it the uh, the tree, which is showing really, your all your levels, 15 levels of folks that are coming in under your wallet and joining your syndicate. So we're going to be unveiling that pretty shortly for you. We're going to do a screen share. I believe Mr. Brett Norton is going to do that and walk you through it. And we'll answer any questions that you may have during that time. So we just let me see here. Yeah, we're probably going to do first. We have a special guest tonight, Mr. Catalyst from the Cryptozoa team, who was with us yesterday in the podcast, and he was able to review, critique, and add some great advice and pointers to one of our new writers here, Mr. Get Your Ace, who did a fantastic article. It's pinned, and if you guys have a account over at Medium, we encourage you to do so. Go ahead and clap. And I don't mean golf clap. I mean a real clap of joy, because these folks are out there and really explaining to potential investors what's special here about ARK, how ARK is built for the bear, and so many of the features and things that we've done to really create a system that is sustainable on a very long-term basis, a multi-year strategy, really. And yeah, we want to really just applaud and commend everyone that's gone out of their way and stepped out of their comfort zone to write a Medium article, join us in the contest. And we've also had quite a lot of folks from the community doing YouTube videos, which is great. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you for participating. And it is still going till the 16th, which is Friday. So you have a whole week to participate and have the opportunity to earn one of the rewards. Each has $1,900 BUSD that is going to be awarded, and it's pinned here. You can get all information. So congratulations, guys. All right. So let's turn it over to Brett. Brett, do you have some more updates that you'd like to share with us before we get into the article of Mr. Catalyst? And then later after that, we will be doing the syndicate viewer.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we'll touch on just the obvious things, which are the article writing contest and YouTube video contest. Those are still ongoing until the 15th. And then we're going to draw the winners on Friday, the 16th. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more when Catalyst presents his article, since he's participating in that. And then our AMA tomorrow, I believe, with James Pelton, correct?
Yes, sir. That's going to be huge. Huge.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Hey, community over
Yeah,
there.
and let me think what else we've got going. That's about it for now. Obviously, yeah, we'll be doing the syndicate viewer stuff here. I'm just working on a couple things with Alex, and we should have that live for you during the podcast here shortly. So that would be a good format, have Catalyst, and then we can go into the syndicate viewer.
Absolutely. Also, we do want to confirm to everyone that we have closed the NFT deposit for your private and pre-sale NFTs. We had planned to close it last Friday. We saw there was a lot of folks that hadn't done it yet. They forgot to, they were busy. We understand everyone's gearing up for Christmas, and our intention here is to not leave anyone behind. So we extended that all the way till 8 a.m. UTC time. That would be around 1 a.m. EST. And we left it open even a couple hours after, but we have had to officially close it. If you or someone that you know did not participate, deposit their NFTs, take advantage of being able to put the correct referral if you had made a mistake, we are going to have to do that for you manually. We've had a couple of DMs from people, hey, my friend, something happened, they couldn't do it. Can you go ahead and change that for them? And unfortunately, we cannot do so. We need to verify for security reasons that the owner of that wallet is actually speaking to us. We cannot make changes for your friends just because, you want to look out for them and make sure they put you as a referral. It's something that is very sensitive. And we hear, obviously security is the most important, having integrity to verify that everyone that we're speaking to is correct. That's why we created the fantastic, front end and the contracts for everyone to have that opportunity to make sure that they're in the best position, they're in the team they need to be, and all their NFTs were deposited. We've been giving you full 24/7 customer support and really helping anyone that had any questions through the process, which I think was very seamless, done in a very professional manner. Everything's been working perfectly. So if there's any issues like that, please contact us. But I just want to put it out there. It has to be the person that is in control of that wallet. At the same time, we will manually deposit before launch anyone that purchased an NFT. We will credit their account. They will not be left behind. They will just not have the opportunity to make any changes. So also, another point, if somebody's out there, to understand that if you're not interacting with the smart contracts, if you're not doing one of your actions as compounding or paying yourself and claiming, that your rewards will stop. So we hope that those people, they do show up and they do manage their investment correctly. That's the whole point of being here with us at ARK. Thank you. Let's open it up before we go to Mr. Callis' article to any questions or comments. Please feel free to unmute your mic and step up. Okay, I guess there's no questions at this time. Mr. Catalyst, are you ready?
I'm ready. I need to share my screen, though. It says I'm unable to share the screen.
Wonder
Is
why.
that something you guys have to give me permission to do?
No. As far as I am aware, let's ask our admins here. Gentlemen, you should be able to do a screen share.
Can you try again?
Let me try it again. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. Unable to share your screen. Please grant access in system settings. Oh, it's probably on my end. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back.
Are you all set? Let's give Mr. Callis some time to get the system on his end working correctly. Meanwhile, or if we hear this. While Callis is getting his system going to be able to do the stream here with us, share screen, does anyone have a question or a comment?
Hey, it looks like we're going to have Jimmy Cash come on tomorrow evening. He's going to listen to this, the recording here, and how Catalyst goes through his article. He has some questions about that. So sounds like he's going to come on tomorrow for the podcast to go through his article that I sent to you yesterday, Atlas, the one we went through. So that's great news.
I love it. Great article, and can't wait to share it here with our fantastic community. We can see your screen, Mr. Catalyst. Let's see if we can hear you.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you sound loud and clear. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, first of all, I apologize, everybody. I have not shared a screen before. I've been in many chats, but I usually just speak. So that's user error on my end. But as long as you can see it now. Yeah, I'm Catalyst. I'm part of Team Cryptozoa. I've been writing articles in the DeFi space for well over a year now. I started on with team. Actually, I got started by reading Patrick Cryptozoa's articles on his Cryptozoa publication. Oh my gosh, almost 2 years ago. And I was an avid reader following what he was writing. And then we started chatting and communicating back really early in the early drip days. And I think the way I got into the writing and editing was I had commented on some of Patrick's articles. He's a great writer, but privately I would let him know if I found like a typo or something, and he was appreciative of that. And one day he asked me to be an editor or to edit his articles, and that quickly turned into he asked me to be a writer for his publication, because at the time things were really starting to take off in the DeFi space, not only with Drip but other projects. And he threw out some ideas. He had a lot of ideas for articles, but not enough time to write them all. So he asked me if I would, I'd like to write as part of the Cryptozoa publication on Medium. I said, yeah, sure. A little bit of real quick, just backstory. I am a blogger and I used to be a technical writer, so I do have some writing experience, but that shouldn't really keep anyone from writing. As Patrick and I soon found out, he opened up writing to anyone in the entire Team Cryptozoa community. Not only did he open it up and give people the opportunity to do that and publish on his Cryptozoa publication, which had quite a following. He has a lot of subscribers. So again, it was a great opportunity, but we also encouraged people to write, because 9 times out of 10, the first thing out of people's mouths were, well, I'm not a writer, I can't write. But Patrick, I've heard Patrick say many times that he had a nickel for every time someone said, I can't write, and then they end up becoming very prolific writers. But anyway, that's how I got into the space. As a writer, I don't really do YouTube videos, but Team Cryptozoa has a YouTube channel and Discord, and for all I know, TikTok. We've got multiple private Telegram chat groups. I'm an admin for the Cryptozoa private ARK Telegram chat. And I'm an editor on both the Cryptozoa Medium publication and an editor on Patrick's sister publication called Cryptozoa Unleashed. Some of you guys might be familiar with that as well. Anyway, so back to the article. I was prompted to write this article yesterday when I woke up and opened my ARK app and went to the Legacy NFT page, and I saw that I had already earned some rewards from my Legacy NFT, and I was really pleasantly surprised, because for some reason I thought the rewards wouldn't start until we actually launched on Thursday, because I knew that the rewards were partly the deposits to the Legacy NFT pool came from transaction taxes on buys and sells. And I was like, well, nobody's been buying any ARK or selling any ARK because we haven't even launched. So I was like, how is it that we're earning rewards? And then I went and I visited the white paper again. I realized, there's a lot of sources of revenue to the Legacy NFT rewards pool. It's not just transaction taxes on buys and sells. And then I was like, a little bell went off. I said, well, this is a perfect topic for an article. So that's what prompted this article. So yeah, I woke up, I had 16 BUSD in my Legacy rewards account that I could claim. And I was like, wow, that's really a great return. I mean, just kind of anecdotally, I thought, wow, that's not bad. And so then the article grew from just discussing the revenue sources to doing a little deeper dive into, well, how are these rewards being calculated? And I'm a numbers guy, and I like to work with numbers and go through the formulas and stuff, not only just for fun, but also just to make sure that any project is actually working and paying out as it's purported to work, in the white paper. So I do spreadsheets and things to just confirm that everything's working as advertised. So anyway, that's what this article is about, and we'll go through it here. And by the way, if you guys have any questions along the way, just stop me and let me know, and I'll ask. I wrote this article for those of you that were on the chat yesterday. Atlas mentioned a community member named Get Your Ace. I don't know him, but he presented his article yesterday, and we went through that. And coincidentally, he had written his article in sort of a question answer format. And coincidentally, I had written mine exactly the same way before I had even seen his presentation. So in this article, when you see the bolded italics, these are questions that I had envisioned that somebody new to the space or new to ARK might have if I was having a conversation with them and trying to explain how something works. And this is a real easy format to get to write an article, a nice format to utilize when writing an article, because it makes it very conversational. And if any of you are interested in writing articles, it's just one approach. And I used it on this particular article. So I start here at the beginning saying that even though we haven't launched, our legacy NFTs have already been rewarding holders. And then the next question is, well, what is ARK Vault? What are the legacy NFTs? I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this, so I just took some of the verbiage from the white paper. I talked about what ArkFi is, what the ARK Vault functions are. I mean, the ARK Vault. What is the ARK Vault? And then I went on to move into the real meat and potatoes of what are the legacy NFTs. And for those that you don't know, they are exclusive NFTs that offer exclusive benefits available only to investors who are participating in the ARK Vault daily ROI contract. One of the many benefits of holding a legacy NFT is that legacy NFT holders earn a percentage of the transaction fees generated in the ArkFi ecosystem. So we know that these transaction fees are generated anytime ArkFi participants buy ARK tokens, sell ARK tokens, or mint legacy NFTs. And this is where the rewards that I woke up to are coming from. Even though there's no transactions happening, people have already begun minting and purchasing their legacy NFTs. And so the $16 BSD I woke up from was from the NFTs that had been minted the day before. Then I go on to talk about how a portion of all of these transaction fees taken together, add them all up, it's deposited into the legacy NFT rewards pool, and then that balance, 2% of that balance is paid out to legacy NFT holders every 24 hours. So on a daily basis, you're going to get a portion of that pool. Now, I mentioned that all transaction fees and rewards are paid out in BUSD. And then I put the flow chart showing where the revenue to the NFT rewards pool comes from. There's 1.5% of all sales of ARK goes into the rewards pool. 1.5% of purchases of ARK goes into the rewards pool. And when you mint an NFT, 20% of the cost of the NFT goes into there. By the way, Atlas and Brad, if I say something incorrectly, don't hesitate to interrupt me.
You got it. You got it good so far.
Okay, thanks. And then once again, on a daily basis, 2% of the balance of the rewards pool gets distributed to all the legacy NFT holders. For those of you that don't know about the legacy NFTs, there are 3 different tiers, and depending with different prices, but depending on which tier you have, you're going to get a different proportion, or a different share, I should say, of that daily rewards pool. So I do go in a little bit of detail here, explaining the number of NFTs, and then their cumulative share of the pool. So in other words, the 3,000 silver NFTs will split 50% of the daily rewards. The 500 gold NFTs will split a third of the daily rewards. And the 100 platinum NFT holders will split a sixth, or 16% of the daily rewards pool. So I go through all that, and then I envision the person asking me that I'm speaking with saying, so what, let's get down to it. What would be my share? And I said, well, when all of the limited supply of NFTs have been minted and purchased, the math to compute your daily share is pretty simple. You simply take the percent of pool corresponding to the NFT that you're in. That's this column over here, by the way. And then you divide it by the maximum supply of NFTs for that tier. And that actually, you wind up with this. So when you take your percent of pool, which is this column, and you divide it by the maximum supply, in this case 3,000, you end up with this number. And if you take a third of the pool and you divide it by 500 NFTs, each one of those NFT holders would get 0.0667 if they were a gold holder. And if you're a platinum holder, you and 99 other people are going to be splitting a sixth of the pool, and that equates to 0.1667%. Now you can see that these different tiers have different shares of the pool, but they're all relatively equal. And what do I mean by that? If you look at the cost of each NFT, these shares, the percent share that you get for what you pay for the NFT is proportionate to what you paid. In other words, this is an easy example. A platinum NFT costs $10,000. A silver NFT costs $1,000. So a platinum NFT is 10 times as much. So they should get 10 times the return, which they do. If you take this share and you multiply it by 10, you get this share. And that also holds true for here, for the gold NFT. So what I really like about this setup is everybody is essentially getting an equal share of the pool based on the price that they paid. So it really opens up the door to people, people who are interested in purchasing a legacy NFT, and depending on their price point, on what works for them financially, they're all relatively equal. So I really like that, the way you guys set that up, by the way. And that's what I talk about in this paragraph. So I say, in other words, regardless of what NFT tier NFT legacy holder is holding, her share of the legacy NFT pool rewards will be relatively equal. I should maybe say proportionately equal to the other tiers. So then the person I'm speaking to says, okay, but what does my share of the rewards pool look like in actual BUSD? Remember, rewards are paid out in BUSD. And I said, well, that is dependent on two metrics. One is the size of the pool, and two is your rewards pool ownership percentage, which we see up here. It's really easy. You simply multiply those two values. And I said, let's look at an example. So for this to work, you have to know what the size of the NFT rewards pool is. Now, at the moment, that's not being displayed, but I'm assuming that once we launch, the NFT rewards pool will be displayed live in real time, correct, guys? On the Legacy NFT page. It looks like you guys have a placeholder for the NFT rewards pool.
Correct. Yep.
So that, all right. So once the app or the project goes live on the 15th, you won't even have to calculate the size of the NFT rewards pool. It'll just be displayed. And by the way, nor would you even be able to calculate it, because right now the only reason we can calculate it is because we know how many NFTs have been minted, and we can do the math, which I'm going to show you in a second. But once we start getting the transaction taxes from buys and sells, I mean, I don't. That's probably something I don't even want to try to calculate. So anyway, you take the size of the pool and then you multiply it by your rewards pool ownership. Let's look at an example. Because at the moment, the only assets being deposited into the pool are the taxes from the minting of the legacy NFTs, we know how many have been minted, and we can actually do the math because we know how much each of them has cost. So I said, to calculate the size of the legacy NFT rewards pool, we calculate the value of the NFTs purchased to date so far, and then we take 20% of that, because 20% of the value of the NFTs purchased goes into the NFT rewards pool. At the time that I was writing this article yesterday, there had been 74 silver, 8 gold, and 4 platinum NFTs had been sold. That number is higher today. When I last looked, I think we were up to 80 silver and 10 gold. But that's all out on the Legacy NFT page. So anyone can go out to the app and check that out and see how many we've sold. So to get the total, I took the 74 silver NFTs times 1,000. I took the 8 gold NFTs times 4,000. And I've added the 4 platinum NFTs times 10,000. I add that up, I take 20%, and I get 29,200 BUSD. That's the value of the NFT rewards pool. Now we know that daily, 2% of that is paid out. So if we take 2% of the rewards pool, it comes out to 584 BUSD that was paid out to all of the legacy NFT holders. Now, all you have to do is apply your rewards pool ownership to the daily payout to get what you're going to earn on your legacy NFT rewards page. Now I'm using an example. I'm using an example of a gold legacy NFT because that's the one I own. I own the gold one. And my legacy NFT screen said that my rewards pool ownership was 2.74. So I took the 2.7, so at this point, you guys are probably asking, well, wait a minute, we saw up here that a gold share is really only worth, your share is 0.0667%, yet I'm getting 2.74%. That's why I was like, wow, those rewards are printing. And so you might be asking, how is this possible? Well, it's because in the table, the percent of the pool that's displayed is the percent of the pool when 100% of the NFTs for that tier are minted and purchased. Until that time is reached, each NFT pool's ownership share will be greater than the pool ownership when 100% are minted. So right now, and this is something to think about, if you guys buy a legacy NFT, whether it's silver, gold, or platinum, you're going to be getting a much higher return than what you will eventually get once 100% of the NFTs are minted. And I mean, look at 2.74 compared to that. Quite a big difference. So we know what's in the pool, 584, and we know what my ownership is because it comes right from the site, and I also verified this with a spreadsheet. So all we have to do is multiply the two together, and this is just me explaining what I just explained to you guys. Oh, and I did work it out. I was curious what the share, the percent share was for the other NFTs. So at the time that I wrote this article, if you had a silver NFT, you're earning 0.68% daily, or that's your share of the rewards pool. As we saw above, a gold NFT is 2.7, and if you're one of the 4 platinum NFT holders, you individually are getting 6.85% of the rewards pool every day. Anyway, so I hold gold. I was using that one as an example. We took the daily rewards pool, the daily rewards from the pool, multiplied by 2.74%, and that gives me 16 BUSD according to my calculations. And of course, my screen, what I woke up to, said 16. So it all checked out, and I was like, this is not bad at all. In fact, considering that a gold NFT costs 4,000 BUSD, 16 BUSD daily equates to a 0.4% daily return if you're a gold NFT holder. That is not a bad that's not a bad APR. Then my fictional person I'm speaking with says, hey, that's not bad. And I earn these rewards every 24 hours. And I said, yes, correct, for as long as you hold your legacy NFT. But remember, the calculations above have been performed on a snapshot of the ARK ecosystem of the time of writing. And the reason that's important is because as more legacy NFTs are sold, the pool of the ownership, your percent pool, will decrease as more legacy NFTs are purchased. And once, as we saw above, once 100% have been sold, your pool share will hit what's specified in the white paper. And you might be thinking to yourself, wow, that's a much smaller return. Those are much smaller returns than the 2.74. But you also have to remember that the rewards pool is going to be increasing greatly, in my opinion, while your share is going to be decreasing. First of all, just the mere fact of legacy NFTs being minted and purchased are going to add 20% of every one of those purchases is going to go into the rewards pool. By the way, I calculated that if 100% of silver, gold, or when 100% silver, gold, and platinum NFTs have been minted, the total value of all of those is 6 million BUSD. Is that correct, Brett?
Yes, that's correct.
And there's the math for that. And then just for fun, if you take 20% of that, that's 6 million cap, I guess you can call it a market cap of the legacy NFTs, is going to pump 1.2 million BUSD. Ultimately, it'll pump 1.2 million BUSD into the NFT rewards pool. But I say keep in mind, that's just one source of deposits. Remember, 1.5% of all ARK tokens purchased go into the rewards pool. 1.5% of all ARK tokens sold go into the rewards pool. And I say here, try to imagine what all those transaction fees might add up to be over time. I think this is super bullish. I mean, as the ARK project grows in popularity and we get more and more participants and more use cases, I just think that the pool has the potential to just grow. I can't imagine how much it would grow. But whatever it is, 2% of it's going to be dispersed out to legacy NFT holders every single day. Then my fictional person asks, are there any other revenue sources for the pool? And I say, yes, I'm glad you asked. If we go way back up to the flow chart of the taxes, we see this is a source, this is a source, this is a source. And then there's another source of revenue called external investments. And I found that really intriguing. There's not a lot of detail on it, and I'm not going to speculate what that might be, but I found a couple items that I did include in the paper. The roadmap in the white paper lists a couple things. One of the things coming in Q1 of 2023 is revenue generation from hedge funds. That is super bullish. I mean, it just sounds bullish to me. I don't have any details on it. I do have a note in here that I'm going to be updating this document as I learn more details about these external investments, but I just think this has a huge potential. And if you guys want to add anything when I'm finished, you can. Another thing listed in the roadmap is another item is listed as cross-chain partnership. That's a really cool feature. I'm not sure if that's something that would generate returns or not. And again, you guys can maybe provide some additional information, but that possibly could be another revenue source for the legacy rewards pool. And then I said, in the white paper, if you go to the section on legacy NFTs, the white paper says, as use cases and new products are added, meaning ones that don't even exist yet, a portion of transaction fees generated will also flow into the NFT rewards pool. So that's just future things that don't even exist. So I say that, the sky's the limit when it comes to the pool, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but you can tell I'm pretty bullish on the legacy NFTs. And then, my fictional person says, well, how do they do anything else? Because we've covered a lot here. And they do. Currently, these are all the use cases for legacy NFTs. I've just been going over the rewards that you can earn daily, but if you've researched the NFTs, you know that they're crucial for increasing your credit withdrawal limit. Also, you get membership into the ARK DAO, and you would certainly want to consider purchasing one if you were building a syndicate or a team, because they do unlock your rewards, your syndicate rewards levels too. So if you're considering building a team, one way to unlock syndicate rewards is with one of these legacy NFTs. Another way is with the bond, using the bond, but All of these other topics I said are outside the scope of this particular article. Any one of these could be another potential topic for an article, but the article is long enough as is. So I just encourage people to go, take a look at the white paper. All your questions should be answered in there if you take the time to read it. And then finally, in closing, I said, as if all of the above stuff that we've talked about is not enough, as a bonus, ArkFi participants who have an active Ark Vault account and also hold a legacy NFT qualify for a chance to win the daily Spark rewards. And you're probably like, well, what's a Spark reward if you don't already know? Each day, 50% of the round robin rewards, these are different, that are sent to the Guardian wallet will be added to a Spark rewards pool. This is a different rewards pool, separate from the legacy NFT rewards pool. Qualifying wallets will be randomly drawn each day, and the winners will receive a portion of the rewards pool. The ARK will be added to the winning wallets as a referral reward, and consequently will positively impact your net deposit value. The number of winners will vary based on the size of the Spark rewards pool. So that's just a bonus, in my opinion. If you're on the fence about getting a legacy NFT, this might just push you over as well. And this part here is totally random, the random drawing. And then I give some instructions on how to purchase a legacy NFT. Pretty straightforward. And then I just close out, as I do with all my articles. I say thank you for reading. If you found the article helpful, please give it some claps. And then I also always include my referrer ID, just in case someone doesn't have a referrer yet and they want to get involved when we launch. That's there. And then long time ago, I took a page out of Patrick's playbook and I linked to related articles. So if you guys are planning to start writing articles, or if you're already writing articles, this is a good way to get your readers to discover other articles you've written. And also, it's a good way to get traffic on articles other than the one they're reading at the moment. And this is really a great way when they see, oh my gosh, this guy's not just a one-off writer. He or she has a whole library of articles. They'll be more likely to actually subscribe to your page. And if you're in the Medium paid program where you get paid for readers, that's another source of revenue, is getting paid for subscription referrals. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you are in that program, you might also want to link to your Medium membership link, where it's an affiliate link, where if they decide to increase their membership and they use you, then you get a referral fee for that. But that's a different topic. Anyway, that was the article. And I welcome any questions. And Brad, if there's any mistakes in it, or if I made a mistake, let me know.
Absolutely fantastic. Wow, Kyle, this is extremely, extremely well done, professional, and impressive. I got to give it to you, my friend. Look, you guys at Cryptozoa are so professional, have so much experience, and this is really what we wanted to have here, your involvement with our community to be able to show our investors a great way to be able to get themselves out there and get out of their comfort zone and be proactive. You know, we all have our social networks and friends. We go to barbecue. Christmas is coming, and boy, you better believe folks are going to be talking at the dinner table about passive income and ARK and inflation and the global uncertainty in the world. And it's just, I think it'll be a great conversation for some folks. This is something that we really appreciate you doing, Catalyst, and Patrick. Thank you for being here as well. Having your support, having your skills and your experience on board is really going to be a huge factor to the success of ARK as a whole. You know, I like the Winston Churchill quote where he said, "History will be kind to us, for we intend to write it." But I'd like to add to that Cryptozoa will write it. And guys, I'm feeling after reading that, man, it was I just love the way you created this person that was asking you the questions. I mean, extremely bullish. I think I overheard
Thank you.
at the water cooler jumping around saying he read the Catalyst ARK article that came out today. And yeah, he was really busy. He was going around the office and just telling everyone, buy. Great job. Go ahead.
Who was this?
Who's what?
I'm sorry. Was this are you making is this my fictional character?
It's mine. I call him James.
Oh, okay.
And when he gets all FOMO'd, you know, I call him Little Jimmy. Hey, Little Jimmy, come on, don't get too FOMO. Don't invest what you can't afford to invest. You know, 1-2% of what you got sitting in the bank that might be decaying, cannibalizing through inflation. Don't go and get a mortgage, Little Jimmy. But he's always at the water cooler chatting away. You know, he gets FOMO'd, and he's looking for a win, just like everybody else here, guys. You know, it's been a tough market, but a fantastic article, and I really appreciate that you came and shared it here with us. Let's give you a fantastic round of applause, man. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Kids are happy. Any questions, guys? Go ahead. Mr. Brad, our newest article writer here at Medium, our in-house coach, and you know, really working his way to become a great article on Medium and growing. He's already had tangible results. I mean, within, I think, you know, 24 hours, 48 hours. Do you have any questions for Mr. Catalyst, Brad?
Not so much questions. I've been going through it with him step by step and just picking up advice and the way, you know, he formats it and lays it out. And you know, it's great to see you know, a very successful writer. You know, anybody can go and look at Medium articles, of course, but I actually follow Catalyst, so I've looked at some of his stuff already. I'll be going over there in a moment to give you 50. It's very motivating and inspiring to see. Obviously, Patrick's here with us as well, and you know, he's the leader of Cryptozoa. You know, fantastic writer. Give me some tips and pointers, and you know, it's.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, you deserve it. All credit where it's due, because you know, you're a great writer. And Catalyst, you aren't and have never been a professional writer, have you?
No, in a previous life, I was an IT application developer, and for some reason, the team would always pass the writing of the user manuals to me. And so I got a lot of experience writing user manuals for our clients or for the end users of the products that we developed. I mean, I was a coder, but at the end of the day, somebody had to write the stuff, and I kind of gravitated towards it. And you know, having so much experience writing user manuals kind of really lends itself well to breaking down, you know, the complexities of these DeFi projects and ROI DApp projects. So, and then I also blog, but no, I guess not professionally. Although you know, Medium does pay me a little bit, tiny bit. I'm making between $50 and $100 a month on Medium revenue. I don't know if I mean, you know, it's fun. Not to change the subject, but I wanted to show the spreadsheet that I created in order to calculate the returns. In my article yesterday, you might recall that the gold was returning 2.74%. Today, it's now returning 2.5, and that's because we've sold a few more silver NFTs. We've sold a couple more gold NFTs. And you can play around with these numbers, like once you can see these numbers start to change. Say we sell 50 gold, you can see the changes happening in real time to these percentages. And then over here, this is actually the value of the daily
Catalyst,
BUSD.
sorry to interrupt you, but we can no longer see your screen, sir.
Oh, no. How about now?
Yeah, we can now. Thank you very much.
So I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to put these numbers back here. So what I do here is each day I can wake up and put in the numbers of how many
We might have lost him to the Matrix. Let's give it
It would appear that way.
that was a really cool sheet he was showing us also. The calculations of the NFT pool.
So just while we're come back, something very interesting as I've been looking at the syndicate viewer is I actually have more referrals than I knew about, and the only possible way that could have happened is somebody on Medium has used my referral link and just not contacted me, because I have my own spreadsheet and I keep very close track of who has invested through me, because first and foremost it's all about education. And I also have my team chat, and I definitely have an extra referral that I was unaware of, and the only place that could have possibly come from is Medium. So that is measuring those tangible results again.
That's awesome. Sorry, guys, my computer battery died. I had to plug it in.
Yeah, that was fast. Welcome back. We were really intrigued looking at your sheet. This is amazing. Please continue, Catalyst.
Okay, so man, I'm not used to having so many technical difficulties. I apologize. So every day I wake up, what I can do going forward now is I can see I can enter in how many silver, gold, and platinum NFTs have been purchased, and then I can see what the daily current percentage of the pool is. Now I don't need to do this after we launch. Actually, I don't even need to do it now because it is displayed. But again, I like to just confirm everything myself and see that it checks out. But this spreadsheet was what I used when I was writing the article. At the time, we had 74 gold, and I think we had 8 silver. Yes, that's the number that I woke up to yesterday when I wrote the article. But today, I mean, if we go out to the app, I believe, if memory serves me, we have 80, and keep your eye on these numbers here. 80 silver, we have 10 gold, and I think we're still at 4 platinum. And so you can see these numbers start to change. They go down a little bit. And then this column over here is actually applying these different percentage shares of the pool to the actual pool size. And that will give me how many BSD that I earn. And I can again, like I showed in the article, I can calculate the size of the pool, which is just multiplying the price of all the sold NFTs and then taking 20% of that. Taking 2% of that, and then you just do the math and calculate your share by that, and you calculate your share by the current size of the rewards pool, and you get the BUSD that's earned out to you. And surprisingly, I just kind of started tracking, and I had $16 yesterday, and $16 today. Actually, a little bit more than that. 16, almost exact. So I'm wondering, again, as your share goes down, the pool size goes up, because there are only, as long as the pool and the overall rewards pool increases by more than 2% a day, this is just going to continue to grow and outpace what's actually paid out. I think that's correct, right, Brett? It'll just keep growing fast. I mean, as long as it exceeds its 2% payout.
Yeah, it'll keep growing now that obviously there's minting happening.
And then the amount that's shown on the legacy NFT page in your rewards is cumulative. So like right now, the amount showing up in my page is like $32, close to $32. And until you claim it, it just continues to build, and you build up a larger balance. But that's it. Thanks for letting me explain it all. Does anyone have any questions?
All right. If admins, if we can go ahead and post and pin the article for everyone here to go and clap the article for Catalyst, we greatly appreciate that. So if you guys can go ahead and do that, and let's clap it up.
Yeah, thank you in advance, guys. I love the claps.
We know that Cryptozoa has been unleashed here at ARK, and I think it's going to be reloaded at ARK as well, as you guys have had amazing success, and I think now it's going to be a great opportunity for everyone to really be here involved. And we're going to be firing those Medium articles and YouTubes, and it's just going to be a lot of traction that I think is going to be happening here for all of us. So thank you for your participation, and we hope that folks really see the leadership and that you guys are going out there. We know that Brad has Get Your Ace. Jashawn did a fantastic article. I was blown away like 2 nights ago on the podcast. It is so nice for us to see that folks are really understanding ARK. It's a complex system, but they're figuring out all of the work that's been done, really trying to get that holy grail of sustainability on the long-term basis. So let's keep firing away, and let's do it in a professional manner, like Cryptozoa does, with a lot of passion, analytical data, so that folks can really do their due diligence and make the best decision for their future, for their investments here. Let's go. All right.
Thank you.
Coach Roberto, if you can wait another probably like 5 minutes, we have something very special to show our community. Do you mind, sir? I know we're getting ready for the breathing. All right, sir. Thank you. And let's see here. Mr. Brett Norden, are you ready to go and show all of these anxious investors the syndicate tree, all the levels?
Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, I am getting a...
Get this down, hold on. Is that better?
Yes, now it is. Perfect, sir. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So I believe the announcement went out, but we have the link to the new syndicate page is live on the D app. That would be the app.arkfi.io/syndicate. And it's much similar styling to the other pages you'll see right away. Once you go and connect your wallet, it'll automatically update these fields here. I don't have a connected wallet to this. What I can do is I can show you an example wallet. I'll scroll down and show you. These top fields up here are going to be 0 for everyone until the ARK Vault launches, and then we start doing airdrops to your teams, and you'll see those stats at the top. So available to airdrop sent, and airdrop received. Those will get updated as the vault goes live and you start your airdrops. Your referral level, mine says none because I don't have a connected wallet, but if you do have either a legacy NFT, bond, or both, you'll see your referral level just like on the foundation page. And you'll see your direct referrals. And this is the first level lines, your first level directs. And then your total syndicate members, that's everyone that's in your downline. So that's the total number that's on your team. And then your personal referral link, that's the link that you would use if you were sending it to a friend or sharing it on social media, Medium, or YouTube. So that's the link you're going to want to grab. You can hit copy and then paste it into your article or on your video, or to send by email, however you want. And then as we scroll down a little bit further, this is the airdrop dashboard. Now, right now, only the syndicate viewer is eligible because we're not running any airdrop campaigns yet until ARK Vault is live. So I pasted in a wallet here. This is a pretty healthy team that this lucky wallet has. This is an actual investor wallet, believe it or not. But this person has not made any deposits yet because the vault is not live and they haven't made any airdrops yet. But you will see that they have 62 direct referrals on their level 1. They have 247 total in their downlines, and their total network goes down 13 levels. So they would need a platinum NFT to capture all of the compound rewards from that downline. Then you'll see this next section is called the user upline, and the +1 and +2. So the +1, there is a wallet above this wallet, and then 2 levels up is the Guardian wallet. So you'll be able to see where you stand relative to the uplines above you. And then scroll down a little bit more, and it's the syndicate downlines. And so these are all of the level 1s. And then in this other column, it says downline. And if you click on this little expanding tree here, you'll see that there are 65 wallets in the downline. And then you can continue to branch this out further and further and drill into these levels. So it'll take you 2, then 3, and then this wallet here has additional wallets in its downline. So you can keep here and expanding out those different wallets that have additional downlines underneath them. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if anybody has any questions specifically, but we are looking for feedback as to how to make this more user-friendly. If there's other ways or opportunities to display this in a way that's more functional for somebody, we're very open to that. So I'd like to open it up for any questions or comments.
Or maybe somebody wants to volunteer their wallet and we can get it live here for you. That's also an option. Well, I guess no questions this time.
I know Brad had a chance to. I don't know, Brad, if you have any comments. I know you had your NFT level was showing, and you found an additional referrer, you said, so that's good news. It worked for you.
Yeah, I was just going to say I would happily offer my wallet to look through, but I don't actually have MetaMask on my laptop, only on my phone, and it just isn't as clear on the phone because it's a much smaller screen. That's actually why it's a little bit more confusing when you're looking at it on the phone. The lines don't quite match up like the syndicate, direct referrals, downline levels, the numbers don't quite match up on mobile, and the headers of the columns are like a couple of letters, and then they're basically written vertical as opposed to horizontal, so might not be the best example to use. If you want to take my wallet address and do it, that's absolutely fine. I'm happy to do it. And everything is in complete working order from my end. So yeah.
This is a V1 of this. There's a lot of work that's been going on behind the scenes, done by Jan. He did a fantastic system. It's loading in 0.00 seconds. Sorry, 0.07 seconds, which is just lightning fast. And we're very proud about it. And he's traveling actually to Japan to go deal with it with a client. So this was worked out really down to the line. And formatting and everything on the front end is going to be, as you can see with everything else we do here, done at the highest level of professionalism and ease of use for everyone that's going to be interacting with the whole tree, right? So with that, I think we are going to be welcoming tonight Coach Roberto, live and direct from Florida. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. It's awesome what's going on. You guys are very clear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'm not hearing you very loud. I don't know if it's me or.
I should be coming in loud and clear.
Okay, now you're okay.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, we've been very, very busy, extremely busy, working hard. Thursday is launch of full system. We've been putting different pieces one by one, activating them, going through audits. This is a lot more complex than you would probably imagine, Coach. Because we're talking here potentially, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that will be going into these contracts of investor funds. So a lot of auditing, security check. We did a bounty program for hackers to really come and beat the brakes off of these contracts. In this business, when there's money, there's always somebody out there that's looking for weakness, exploits. We've seen it happen. So really a lot of attention to detail, a lot of revenue. I mean, this type of stuff is not cheap, but it has to be done. You cannot spare any expense when it comes to the security of all of our funds, right?
Absolutely. So are we ready to get more connected and clear?
Yeah, hold on a second. Catalyst, do you know if Patrick will be joining us for the breath? You wrote me that. I saw him here earlier, but I don't know if he's going to be able to come back.
I haven't heard from him. He actually jumped up. Well, I did hear from him. He jumped off to actually buy a legacy NFT.
Oh man, that's really funny. That's really funny. Well, you can't knock him for that one.
No, he said, great. He thanked me for the presentation, and he said after hearing it, he immediately jumped off to go buy. So that's kind of funny. So I don't think he's going to be joining us, unfortunately.
Well, it's recorded. He can do the breath from the recording every Monday. Coach Roberto, who is an advisor here to the team, he works with us on an individual and a team core basis, and obviously here every Monday for all the community to get that conscious breath that is so important as we, we're in crypto. Everything moves so fast. Everything changes so fast. There's a lot of pressure. The heartbeat is racing. Our breath is incorrect. And, every minute's like a tick. So, it's our nice way of him chasing me down because I don't call him very much when I'm, doing stuff and I'm very busy with projects. So why not integrate him so he has a way to come over and get me to to get that focus and make it happen. So without further ado, Coach Roberto, the floor is yours.
So,
Go ahead, Catalina.
so tonight we're gonna breathe together on box breathing. I'm sure. Does everybody know box breathing? The technique box breathing. There's three basic breath styles. One is triangle, which is inhale, exhale, pause, which is the normal way of breathing. Two, box breathing, which is inhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale. Then you hold again, then you inhale, and it's just like a box pattern. And that helps like teams get connected and clear. And it's a good way to breathe together. And it's also a good way to start really learning how to bring in more CO2 and be okay with the pauses when you're holding your breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold for 4, count of 4. Then we're going to release for count of 4. And then we're going to pause for a count of 4. And then we're going to do that a couple times. And then we're going to go to a count of 6. Then we're going to go to a count of 8. And then to a count of 10. And just keep relaxing.
Coach,
And
one that the Navy SEALs use?
Yeah. And what we do is when we inhale, we can actually bring a intention in. And then when we pause, we hold that intention together. So we can bring in the intention, let's say the vision for ARK, which is defy, simplify. We hold that intention. And then we release it. We're okay with nothing. Then we bring it in again. And we just keep doing it. And maybe I'll bring in I'll bring in the vision and then the values, disrupt, integrity, and connect in each time we inhale. So we're bringing in the values as a group and feeling into it, and we just play with it, okay? Just to see how it goes today. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. And I know a bunch of people are going to be breathing, I guess, the NFTs. I mean, we had one guy go run and buy one. He said, forget the breathe. I'm going to go get one right now. Let me manifest.
So, and don't worry if you can't hold the breath for a certain amount of time, just do the best you can. Okay, it gets harder as the count get higher. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready? Everybody just sit down and relax, and you can breathe in through the nose, and you can exhale through the mouth when you have to let go. Ready? So we're going to start with a count of 4. And I'll count, and you just guys do the inhale. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the vision. Defy, simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go of the vision. Simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're moving up to 6. So inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the vision. Defy, simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Be okay with nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So inhale again. Defy, simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let it go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for a second. We're going to move to 8. We're going to bring in some of the values. So inhale, disrupt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Hold that disrupt together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Be okay with nothing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. Inhale. Let's inhale integrity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Let's hold integrity together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Now we're going to inhale, connect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it all go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to do one more, but this is going to be 10, and just create your own intention. So inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Be okay with nothingness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Notice how you're feeling. Connect to the energy. Be in the silence. Notice any intensity, any sensations, emotions. Observe your thoughts. Be aware of the thoughts. And always get back into your body, to your heart. And remember that we're DeFi simplify. You ready? Open your eyes. Anybody wants to share, you can share. Thank you for playing.
Let's get this crypto. Thanks.
It's crypto.
Wow. Man, you put me through the paces on that one.
How was that one?
Man, I should have put on my black tar on my face like the Navy SEALs, like I needed some gear for that one, man. That was intense. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
anybody have difficulty like after once we got into more, right? Like you can keep going to 12, 14, 16.
I had trouble inhaling for that amount of time.
What was that again?
Sorry, I think I might have interrupted someone.
No, you're okay.
I had trouble. The first stages were nice and comfortable, and then 8 was not difficult, but it certainly wasn't easy. But 10 seconds, I had trouble inhaling for that long. I think I needed to slow the rate that I was inhaling down. I actually got quite lightheaded on 10.
Yeah, 10 is, if you can get to 8, you're doing okay. It just takes practice to be able to, especially when you're pausing and then you have to bring in the inhale slowly. But it's, again, like everything else, it's all practice.
Yeah,
There's so
for
many.
sure.
Oh, that's fantastic. How'd it go for you, Brett? Did you do it?
Yeah, it was great. I worked out earlier today, so I was already pretty relaxed, and yeah, that was a good extended version though. Normally we do the shorter ones, and that was a little bit more intense, but I got through it fine. Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We are clear, calm, cool, and collected, guys. Thank you, Coach, for that. It's been a while since I have a really hard breath like that. Actually, Coach, I want to introduce you to somebody that's here, Miss Beth Holtman, who we met here on the podcast the other evening. And Beth, I don't know if you could come and say hi, introduce yourself to Coach Roberto. He is a newbie. I think we told you about him. He's somebody I worked with in the real world. He's coached me. He's coached clients of mine. He's coached teams and startups that I've been involved with. So he's 71 years old, or young, I should say, and new to crypto. So if you could introduce yourself, say hi.
Welcome, Coach. My name is Betty. I'm actually up in the far north of Canada, up near Winnipeg.
Hi, Betty. Is it Betty?
Yes, it's Betty. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're a little older than me, but not by much. We're the old people in this group.
That's all. That's all a like an illusion that we're old.
Actually, I was kind of impressed by myself that I got through the whole exercise without coughing, because I've been sick all this weekend with a cold. And I was quite impressed that I actually was able to do the whole exercise. So that was pretty good. Thank you.
How do you feel after the breath, Betty?
Oh, a little sore. I can feel it expanding and stuff like that. But I know that when I'm not feeling good, my chest starts hurting. So that's when I have to start slowing down a little bit with this cold. I keep pushing too long, and then my mother, who's 80 something, starts screaming at me because I'm doing too much.
Great. Well, we hope you feel more relaxed and connected. The breath is a great tool to just slow the mind down and really connect to that energy that Coach always brings to us. Could you tell Betty a little bit about your journey to Coach? I think it'll be very inspiring to him. He's new, and I know for anyone when it comes to DeFi, MetaMask, we just had somebody last week, the night you were on actually, work with him to teach him MetaMask. So maybe a little bit about your experience in crypto and DeFi that could give him some encouragement that he should not look at it as he's too old and it's too much work, because he went through that a year ago. He tried to set up MetaMask and all that, and he was just like, screw this. This is too much for me. And I'm like, Coach, don't worry, you manifested. We have somebody here to help you and just give you that empathetic holding your hand. So yeah, maybe your story could inspire him.
Well, Coach, I took the time and taught my mother, who's in her 80s, how to use MetaMask on her iPhone. And she is now currently has 2 different projects she's in. She'll be getting into ARK in a few days. And she, every day, compounds her stuff and does it. I've been teaching her how to transfer between her wallets so that she has enough money in her Binance, BNB in each account. And I showed her how to claim. And she's doing this every day. But her trick is that we write out everything, each step from one to the next, and then we describe it behind it so that she knows it's the 3 green lines or the 3 black dots at the right hand side or the left hand side. And I just itemize it, detailing it for her so that when she gets a little confused, she just backs up 2 steps, looks at her notes, and she knows exactly where she needs to go next.
That's great.
And
She
she's
said
real excited about money.
That's awesome. I'm getting the hang of it.
It's just repetitive, doing it over and over again. But also when she gets really confused, it's so nice that she can just go back to her page where I wrote all the instructions out for her step by step. And she can go, oh, okay, yeah, this is where I was. This is where I need to go now.
Mm. That's awesome.
And Betty, can you tell me a bit about your involvement with other projects and DRIP and your growth and being part of teams? Because that's all new to him as well, and he doesn't really know much about that.
Well, it's like any other group, whether it's a soccer group, whether it's a basketball, baseball groups, anything like that. It's always the people behind the scenes that are there, that have been through it, done it, and they're there to help. They're here to say, I was there, I did that, I know how to do this. Come on, I'll show you how to do this. And if you have a problem, just come back and see me again, or ask, because that's the problem is we think we should know it all, or we should be able to figure it out easy. No, sometimes it just doesn't click the way it's supposed to click. Like, are you rushed? Like yesterday, I was I was in the middle of making cookies with my mom, and then we had our little team meeting with the syndicate with Brad there, and I had to go because my mother needed some help with a couple little things that she was working on. So I said to them, I gotta go, but I want to know how to transfer my NFT, how to do it properly, because I'm not big on NFTs yet. I only had a couple of them, and I've not transferred them very often. And they produced a video. It's on our little group, and I watched it just before this started here so that I could see how to do it. And once I'm finished here, I'm going to go through the video again, and I'm going to transfer my NFT to where I really want it to be. And they were great, and it's a wonderfully produced video. I mean, I've started doing some new videos, and I'm new at this too, and I know how hard they are to do. And those guys did a wonderful job.
That's great. Videos are good.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for someone to point you to what you need to know, even if it's just a little tiny thing that you just can't quite figure out. There's a video somewhere for it, or somebody will make one for you. And once it's made, it's great for everybody. So this is what I think is really cool about this little NFT video, is that now we'll be able to use it as a training video for our team members, and we'll be able to have them there as part of our arsenal, part of our team building projects, is having all these information that we can give them to them right away and say, okay, well, you're having a problem with this? Here's a video. Here's another video. And then they can watch it over and over again. And especially if we're on different time zones, it makes really good sense to have these available for these people so that they can do it on their own time and when they're off work or at lunch break or whatever. And so don't be afraid to ask about something. We're more than happy to put it together, write it out, or make a video.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. There's a wise man who always said, you want to know the success of somebody, it's the quality of questions that he asks.
And there's no stupid questions.
Absolutely.
Coach, you're going to be getting this crypto soon. Or the ARK with everyone else have the same rules. And we have the philosophy here. It doesn't matter when you show up. You can come and play the same game everyone is playing and have as much opportunity as the folks that are here first. Sometimes in crypto projects, it always favors the early birds. It's not really fair for longevity and sustainability on a long-term basis. So That's one of the things we're really proud about. It's our culture. We want to make sure that everyone has that fair opportunity and the same rules. Just like when you sit down at a table with some friends to play Monopoly, everybody starts with the same amount and has to follow the same rules. So you'll get up to speed. I know it's very overwhelming. I'm going to book you an appointment with Coach Brad to really walk you through the system and explain it to you in more detail, so you can manage your investment in a way that you understand clearly, and perhaps one day explain it to somebody else. But if you don't have the knowledge and you want help, we're all here to do it. That's what Brad does here for us. So he can communicate and answer all the questions. So don't put undue pressure on yourself. This is complex, big brain stuff. It's our job, as you know, to simplify it, and you'll get it. I'm sure of it.
Well, right now I need somebody, like, if I can refer somebody like Brad or somebody that they can explain to people that are playing the game already, and maybe they want to invest.
We have that here for you. And Betty's also, she wrote an article. She shared it here with us today, and she's understanding the system. She has experience, which is fantastic, which was our initial, prime directive: bringing experienced investors who understand these systems, that have been in them before, that can really appreciate what we've put together here, and that those folks be the foundation. As we go along, we're going to pick up so many other people, and we're going to educate them, because this is something that you really can't manage it if you don't understand all the parameters and how everything works. So you'll find full support, and at one point you'll be able to explain it with your eyes closed,
Yeah.
backwards, forwards, but it'll take some time. I assure you that.
Great.
We'll do that before Thursday. If you can send Coach a DM and set up an appointment with him. I know I gave you somebody else today to go and walk him through everything. And Thursday, Coach, we will be setting off, and I'll be in contact with you before that. I know you already got your MetaMask set up. Fortune was there to guide you through that process. And did you write those words that are your passwords, your keys,
Yes.
right? Did you write
Yes.
that in, like I told you, with a pen? I'm sorry, with a pencil. You had written them. If there's a flood,
I have to transfer them to.
yes, and
Yeah,
burn the other.
I have like in three different. I've written 3 different times. So now but I can't find a pencil.
Oh well, you got to get one.
I have to go get
Please. Anti-flood, and if you can get yourself some of that thick paper, like the cardboard sort of, that's not going to dissolve easy in water, and put it in a Ziploc bag. I mean, I could bet you some of these people got some stories of where they hidden some keys, out in the back in the dog Charlie's grave. I know some people got their keys stored there.
Oh, Lou.
Well, thank you, Coach. Appreciate the breath. I like that you're putting us through paces and bringing every week something new. And it's great. Catalyst, did you join us for the breath?
I did, yes. I made it all the way through, and on the very comfortably, except the last count of 10 was a little tough. I similar to the other person that was coming, I think I need to slow down my inhales, because I wasn't able to inhale for 10 seconds. I need to just slow down the pace. But like you guys, practice.
Yeah, it's practice, and I was going a little fast pace, but you can shift that, go whatever pace you can. I do it like to go to sleep, and I try to see how I go real slow, and then see how far I can go up. And then I take one deep breath and I'm gone.
That's when the best dreams come, when you can, breathe and fall asleep while you're consciously paying attention to your breath. I find that you have very, very amazing dreams. Catalyst, you have one of those Apple Watches that measures your heartbeat and all that?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Was it going off? Or did it send any signals, or it was fine?
I thought about turning it on to monitor, but no, it didn't. I didn't notice anything from it, like it alerting me to anything. All well and good here.
All right. It should send you like a meme or something to praise, like, "Hey, good job, man. You made it through the coach's breath today."
Right.
Good for your health. And
I did like that. I
Okay.
like this one. I think I was on a couple of weeks ago when you did the really rapid breathing.
Yeah.
I think I preferred today's exercise over the rapid breathing. But,
Yeah,
but I know they all have their.
Yeah, everything is. Some people like a certain way, and eventually you create your own patterns and your own breath depending on what you're working on. So I'm just trying to have people experience different types of breath, different speeds, different rhythms, so you can become conscious of different types of way that you can take control of the breath, so you can shift whatever's going on in the body or in the mind. It takes
That's
practice.
awesome.
Okay.
Coach. All right. So bringing it back with a clear mind, over to ARK. Great day today. We're very excited. I can tell you that team's working very hard. We're putting the final little touches, molding that clay before we put it in the oven. Get those contracts out there, completely, just battle tested, bulletproof, and everything working in unison the way it should. So we thank you guys for all your patience as we're going through this fantastic process of putting it out there and letting it do what it's supposed to do for all of us. So come Thursday, we're very excited. Our official launch is going to be at 5 p.m. UTC, which will be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of you on the East Coast of America. And it's going to be quite exciting because I'm going to meet in person the man behind the legend of Solidity, our Solidity coder and artist, Mr. Green. He'll be flying in from Switzerland over to the ARK headquarters. We already have somebody here from Bridge DeFi, one of the developers on that team, has been hanging out with us here, I think going on 2.5 weeks. So he'll get to meet also Mr. Green. So very exciting. He'll be here live and direct with us. I'm not sure if we'll turn the cameras on or not, but he will be here with us to launch the contracts officially. If not, we're going to lock him in the basement if there's anything that doesn't go to plan. So yeah, really excited. I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of folks in crypto, in particular, Dr. Marcel, who's here with us. I've been to his home in Germany with his wife and his daughters, and he's been in mine. He's come over here just recently, a couple months ago. So great folks, and I look forward to meeting in person a lot of you through time. Maybe we can do a ARK cruise in about a year's time or something around there, because it is Christmas that we're launching in. So maybe that'll be a great event where a lot of us can get together and share stories and a lot of testimonials about what people have done in that year and how they've been able to grow, create that passive income, replace a current job they hate. The other day we were talking about people that are in their 70s and 80s working at like Walgreens, ringing people up at the register and putting stuff in their, putting their shopping right in their bags. And I've talked to a couple of people, and one time I remember it was a lady, and I said, "You should be home watching a novela." You know what a novela is, Coach? Right? Those soap operas. And to see them having to work to be able to afford medications that are not covered under their Medicaid and retirement insurance and all that. It's pretty sad. So hey, we don't discriminate. We know everybody needs to have some supplemental passive income. Let's get this crypto.
Thank you, Atlas.
Thank you, Coach. Does anybody have a question or a comment? We'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe Florida Realtor? Anything from you, sir? You've been very quiet tonight. You're probably busy over there.
Man, I am just paying attention, listening to everything. I was just kind of blown away, man, with Catalyst's description and just unbelievable attention to detail going through the legacy NFTs. I mean, I knew about it and I knew there was so much potential, but I am just so bullish on the NFTs. It's almost as bullish I am as the vault. He just kind of opened my eyes in a different way towards these, and I just kept looking to see and how bullish this is and how big that pot's going to actually get. I mean, just from where we're at now and what we can get once the vault opens up. So I was really excited about that. I've been going in and playing around a little bit with the syndicate and looking and again, I mean, every time something gets unlocked in the ARK, I mean, it's just great precision. It's just flawless. I mean, it's everything showing on Brett's screen I'm seeing and on mine, except obviously not the downline level that he showed, but hopefully it'll be there sometime. But be nice starting out with that big bag all of a sudden. But yeah, man, just enjoying everything. So.
And just hear that is not Brett's wallet. Full disclosure, guys, transparency as we work here. That is somebody that it's public information. You'll be able to find. I don't want to say it here or the recording, but someone that's a leader that's been in the space for quite a long time and has brought over, really a fantastic group of investors that he's been with for some time. So credit to where it is due, but we're not going to, like I said, say the name, but we do want to be clear that all of the team that's here, the core members, are not playing the game of the referral rewards. Okay, we're invested just like you guys are, and we have to make sure that the success of the project is our reward as well as yours. So we have a policy here, all the way down from, up from me down, that we are not going to be building teams and we're not going to be promoting ourselves. I don't think that's the right way. I think that we have a responsibility here to make sure that everything's running smoothly, kind of like, the NFL commissioners. They don't, hire talent, and they don't trade players between teams and sign contracts for millions of dollars. They were making sure that the stadiums are safe, that everybody's coming and having a good time, and that the rules are being followed, the referees. So that's our approach. And it just wouldn't be fair. I can't tell you how many people have written me, hey, Atlas, can I be, in your syndicate? Can I be, in your team? And I've referred him to other folks because that's not what we're here to do. So yeah, glad you brought that up. Let's get this crypto. Any other questions? Comments? And Catalyst, go ahead, Deshaun.
Yeah, just a quick, again, re-emphasizing everyone said about Catalyst's article. I really liked it. I was just curious, that spreadsheet he was showing off, is that publicly available?
I was just going to make a comment. I'm happy to send it to you, but there's really no need for it anymore. During my presentation, I mentioned that the NFT rewards pool balance wasn't showing up. It was 0. But now all that stuff's displaying, and I'm out here on the page right now looking at it. There's 31,047 BUSD in the NFT rewards pool. And right next to that, your rewards pool ownership share shows. In my case, it's 2.48%. So you can just take those two numbers and multiply. Well, you take 2% of the rewards pool and multiply it by your rewards pool ownership, And tomorrow I'm going to wake up with another $15.39 in my rewards pool bucket. So, I mean, you can DM me if you want, and I'll send it to you. Or I guess I can make it public. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's a lot of unnecessary work, is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
100%. I've just been doing like the hypothetical numbers. I can see it on my vault pages too. But just kind of, if we sold this amount and bought this amount, like the win the lotto numbers, just seeing what the hypotheticals are.
Yeah, DM me or I don't know, Atlas. I mean, if I send it up to you, do you want to post it? Or is that acceptable?
Some folks love numbers and inputting into the fields and just being very analytical, and that's fun. I absolutely I can understand anybody or a lot of people wanting to have that. So we'll be happy to post it. And guys, don't forget to clap Mr. Catalyst, fantastic articles, and read some of the other one he's done. He showed me yesterday another one that he did previously, just amazing. I mean, I didn't know really about the whole Cryptozoa family and everything that those guys are done and the success they had really until recently. I've known about SK Crypto K, Dr. Kelly Snook, Barter, Ray from Bartertown, those guys, but I had no idea that there was this army of really, really passionate folks that are out there and doing these articles, and it just brings a whole nother level of, I think, education and professionalism to the project. So these are the folks that we want to be standing shoulder to shoulder with. And Catalyst, I would invite you back to the podcast. I want this to be a second home for you. And again, like I said before, Cryptozoa Reloaded for more success and growth for all your community and so many folks that haven't heard about Cryptozoa and about ARK yet. We really look forward to it. So I hope that you would come back to the podcast at some point.
Of course, it would be my pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, and thank you for everyone who listened. And if you clap, thank you for that as well.
Great work. I think General Ashcroft, I hope you enjoyed tonight's podcast. We've got Ma here as well. Good to see you, sir. How's it going, General?
Thank you. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What did you think of that article?
I'm sorry, Atlas?
What did you think about Catalyst's article?
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. I said,
Thank
I'm
you.
just blown away, and just the layers of learning just get deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's terrific. I should not be this excited at age 58.
That's fantastic, guys. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning of this fantastic long journey. And I know that from the team, the advisors, we are so committed. We want this to really succeed. And as long as we have this team and the tools, we will not give up. We will not let up. We are here for the long haul, for the battle. I'm sure it's going to be difficult times. There's going to be waves. They're going to try to knock us down and over. And I understand that not always everything goes as planned, but you have to plan for the best and for the worst, prepare, and just be able to take action and continue along that path. So yeah, it's going to be a fun, interesting journey. And I wouldn't imagine going through this without this amazing team. The things they can do and the commitment they have, the way they've stepped up, and really understanding how important this is for so many folks around the globe. We feel that responsibility. There's a duty here that we have to accomplish. And how are you doing tonight, Crypto Love?
Hey, let's say, hey guys. I'm just listening in the background. It's looking great. I'm actually reading Catalyst's article. And it's looking good. Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you. I
huge.
appreciate it.
It's got James over at the water cooler fumbling hard. He wants the NFTs. He wants to be in the legacy. He wants to be in the DAO. He wants that rewards pool. And for the folks that can't afford it at this time, listen, we have the Bond LP. That is fantastic, product that also has earning and rewards, and you can play both games. You could start with Bond LP, and then as you start to grow in this system, you can upgrade by selling your Bond LP and then taking that BUSD and purchasing one of the legacy NFTs. And you can also stack, we call it the boost over here. And you can add on top of your legacy NFT some of the Bond LP to give you more levels. And then when you're ready to do the full upgrade and go to the next level of the legacy NFT, you can go ahead, sell that Bond LP and purchase your next level of legacy NFTs. So there's so many different ways for you to really interact, and you could start very small and you could grow your way to something quite substantial and large through time here. So there's absolutely no hurry. Everybody plays at their own pace according to what they can afford to invest, and follow a strategy. I mean, this is built to get a quick ROI compared to any other system that's really been out there in this field. We look at everything, I think, in a very realistic way, understanding that folks need to get a win. They need to get that return on investment back in their pocket, and the rest is just sailing on the ARK. It's quite fantastic.
And sometime in the future, when all 100% of the NFTs have been sold, I understand you guys have plans for an NFT marketplace. That would be really interesting to see what these things would, sell for, because they are so limited and exclusive.
We'd have to see if there's anyone willing to let them go. But for the right price, I mean, look at the way some of these NFTs with monkeys on them, right? That's sold for
Right.
Crazy value, absolutely.
Well, like you said, for the right price, likely nobody would want to let them go, but they'd have to be convinced,
Well, I mean, you could just logically think of a very, very large investor, maybe an institutional investor that is bringing large capital, and that NFT would be worth a lot of money for them to really set up their strategy. Where for a little guy that got in and bought it and he's playing a smaller game, that offer could be too tempting to refuse.
Sure. Absolutely. Sort of related, I had a question. Is there a set time when the NFT rewards pool pays out every day? And if so, what is that time, like in UTC?
That is a great question. I don't have the answer personally. Maybe Brett has it.
I don't have an exact time. I just remember it was about around the time the podcast started, maybe an hour after. So maybe like 7 EST, somewhere around there.
Okay. I don't, from what I'm tracking, I'm not sure if that's the correct time, because it seems like, well, I'm on West Coast time, and when I wake up, it has happened for the day. So it's happened sometime during the night, but it hasn't happened yet for today. There's been 2 payouts right now from what I'm seeing. Does that sound right?
I believe, from memory, because Brett, we were actually on VC after it finished one night, and it happened while we were on the VC, and I believe it is around about an hour from now.
Okay, that would make sense, because I typically stop tracking things by now. And then, yeah, when I wake up in the morning, it's there. I was just kind of curious because it's going to be fun watching. I'm going to track the NFT rewards pool and just watch how that grows, especially after launch, because it's no longer going to be feasible to track it with spreadsheets. 2% of the previous day's amount minus 2%, and then 2% of that minus 2%, and then with all the transaction fees coming in. But I'm glad that the NFT rewards pool value is showing right now. Like I said earlier, it's at 31,047 BUSD. I can't wait to see what that does after launch.
And we can get you tomorrow the exact time that it happens. But I think the real time that everybody's really looking forward to is podcast time, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC, so that everybody can come and find out who's going to win the Spark Rewards, right? That's going to be really exciting. Every night. I'm going to have the privilege and the honor of pressing the buttons to have our system verify first who qualifies, who has their first level of Bond LP or their first level of legacy NFTs. And then the system's going to randomly choose the winners. And I believe our first one will be Friday, the 16th. So maybe we'll make it into a big deal, a big occasion.
Oh, that's going to be cool. Do you guys have plans to put the Spark Rewards balance anywhere on the site, just so people know how much is it eligible to be won?
Yes, and we are building in the next couple of days a broadcast quality studio here with an interface that looks like your CNN or 8 o'clock news, and we'll have the ARK price, we'll have the legacy NFTs, what's bought and what's left. We will have also the Spark Rewards pool, that the whole thing, or the 50%, what's actually available. And yeah, I think it's going to be quite fun to be hanging out here at the podcast.
That's awesome.
Have you found a theme song?
You suggested a really good one, Florida Realtor, for a theme song. I have to go through our DMs and find it again. But yeah, we're yeah. I mean, there's going to be so many opportunities here to really create great vibes and just an environment of folks that are happy, they're winning, they're earning every single day. And I'm personally looking forward to the testimonials. I want to hear, from folks that won the day before or a couple of days before, and they come and interact with us, or maybe somebody that's here live. What kind of emotions? Maybe they had a bill to pay. Maybe they're going through a hard time. I know a lot of folks out there are hurting at this time. So looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a great experience for us.
I just want to say, the article just gave me FOMO vibes. I hope it won't be sold out until next month.
He left. Coach left because I wanted you to explain to Coach. Oh, wait, no, Coach is here. Crypto Love, can you let me just confirm? Coach, you're still here, right? Can you explain, Crypto Love, what FOMO means to Coach Roberto? Hello,
Fear of missing out. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. I lost my internet there. Fear of missing out. Yeah, I'm totally fearful about missing this out.
Coach, did you understand that?
No, I didn't hear it. Say it again.
Fear of missing out. Am I audible?
Yeah, your mic isn't of missing out.
Yeah, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
It's a very common term we use here in the crypto world, right? And it's like that in the real world, when someone just gets overly excited, right, about something and you just can't wait, kind of like a teenager that's going to go to prom and they're all like, oh boy, like, oh man, I'm so nervous. I can't wait. I'm going to, break dance on the floor, or, like they just got this little, energy, man. That's just, they can't sleep. They can't wait. They just want to get in.
Break dance.
Yeah.
You just don't get left behind. Don't missing out the train. Don't be missing out the train.
Which is a part of investing. When you see something that's really interesting, and generally there's a lot of promotion, everyone's talking about it, and yeah, that's the word we use, FOMO. And there's another word that you should learn, and it's called wrecked. Do you understand what that one means, to get wrecked?
Okay.
And that's when you did something, or you got into something and you lost all your money.
And you lost all your money?
Yeah, you got wrecked. Maybe
Right.
you put it all on blue on red on the roulette in Vegas. And
Yeah,
if you
I
lose,
know that one. Yeah.
okay. Well, here we call it getting wrecked. REKT. It's even spelled special. Write the FOMO one down. The wrecked one you can forget about, but you're gonna get some crypto lingo.
Okay.
And I'll show you the last one. It's important to understand some of these young folks, and experienced DeFi investors. There's another term that we use, and it's called ape in. Ape as in like a gorilla, like whoa, right? An ape, but in, and it's in a very irrational, emotional, like in Vegas, I'm going all in, and it's just the dumbest thing you could ever do. Couldn't tell people not to do, and it's just happens time and again because people get too much FOMO, and they just let the emotions take over, coach, and they make a unwise decision. And then you hear some of them getting wrecked, and then you hear some of them that did really, really well. So, depending on the outcome, there's another term for that. But so when you hear somebody say, "Hey, I'm going to ape in," you already know what that means.
Okay, I got it.
We tend to not use those words here, as we generally are investors that are serious folks that have already been through all those kind of games and have learned our lessons, and we do our due diligence, and we don't let our emotions take over and lead us to making bad decisions. That's how you learn to be a good investor. You got to make those mistakes. You got to get wrecked. You got to ape in. You got to go through the FOMO, and then once you're all done through that, you have to say, hey, let me be analytical. Let me do my due diligence. Let me take my time, and let me not invest more than I can afford to invest.
Hey, Atlas, I had a quick question. The Spark rewards, the details on the TG says that the number of winners will vary based on the size of the Spark rewards pool. How does that work exactly? I mean, how are there going to be more than one winner per pod?
Well, that's exactly what it means. It depends on the size of the pot. If it's a very, very large amount, it would seem logical and fair maybe to split it up, maybe 2, 3 winners, or maybe 5. If it's a smaller amount, it makes more sense that one person takes it. That sort of logic going behind it without having anything really set in stone.
Got it. Okay. So I guess that'll be part of your fun as the the moderator of the contest in your studio. You'll get to decide how many.
We'll put it up, and we'll talk, and we want to be interactive, and we want to have you guys also participate. logically, right? Hey, split it 100 ways, right? So everybody gets it and they're taking home peanuts. No, we want it to be powerful enough that it could really make a change, in somebody's life, right? And it's kind of that thing, Catalyst, that we just want to kind of play it by ear, just go with the flow and
Sure.
see how it is without the expectations. And something that's really obscene, like you see the 800 million, right, in the lotto or the Powerball, right? Like for one person, like, you know what I mean? So we don't want to write it in stone, and we don't want to put ourselves in a cage, and maybe we come up with a great idea, or maybe we come up with a great idea and bring it over here, and we say, hey, why don't we do that? First gets this much, second gets a smaller, and the third, who knows? I mean, we're so busy here, molding the clay, making sure that everything's working properly. And we wanted to leave that to really, once we get going, and have that opportunity to be flexible.
Sure. No, it makes sense. I can't wait to see how it evolves, and looking forward to it. And it'll probably really pump up the participation of the pods going forward. I also like how it's it's a way for people who are not building syndicates, or maybe not building syndicates or teams at the moment, to be able to have a chance to win some rewards based off of other people who have built syndicates, because it's the round robin rewards that are sent to the Spark rewards pool, or half of them, right?
Exactly. That's correct. And, look, it's all about fairness at the end of the day, and giving anyone that's participating in those levels an opportunity, because they're adding funds to the whole system, right? They're making it more sustainable. And we don't, want it to be in any way, shape, or form a whales game. So we want everyone to have a chance that is participating at that level. So for a solo player, it's just that added bonus. And we like also that it's not, a lottery. You got to buy a ticket, or a scratchy, or a wiggy, or, add X amount of investment to qualify for today's pot, because that just encourages sort of gambling behaviors, which it's not what we're here to do. It's not part of our culture. So you just have this opportunity any given day out of the 365 to be a winner into something that you don't even have to go and keep adding to. It's just an action that you do for your own investment, and is able to afford you a chance.
That's awesome. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to jump off, guys. Thanks again for letting me present, and I will see you at the next one.
I hope it becomes a weekly tradition over here with you, man. We could all learn. We could really all learn a lot, but I don't know about your time constraints, but we would love to have you as often as possible.
Well, thank you. I'll keep the articles coming.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And before you go, can we get a let's get this crypto?
Let's get this crypto.
All right, man. Awesome. Great job. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon.
All right. Good night, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. Bye.
We're going on 3 hours and 23 minutes in tonight's podcast. Let's open it up for another question or comment from our fantastic community. All right, I guess. Oh, Chris.
Love it. I have to get off, but thank you for having me. And everybody just breathe happy, live happy.
Coach, before you go, can we get a let's get this crypto?
Let's get this crypto.
Let's go. Thank you, Coach. You did a great job. I think Chris wanted to say something.
I was going to ask you if you had went over the tree lines and whatnot earlier, because I was looking at mine and it was showing, and I didn't get into the first of the podcast here. When I look at my user upline, it gives me two addresses and then it says Guardian Wallet. So does that mean that there's two people above me and then that's the Guardian Wallet as well, the third?
I mean, anyone that doesn't have a referral that came into the system generally is under the Guardian wallet. So, from my understanding, and Brett, correct me if I'm wrong, you have two folks that you're connected to, and the top one is connected to the Guardian wallet in the system.
Okay, that would make sense. I just wanted to confirm that's what it was, just in case someone else was asking the same question later on or something for me.
Yes, sir. Great question. And the recording's still happening. We're going to end it, I think, in the next minute or two. And Brett did a presentation with a screen share and explained it a bit thoroughly. I mean, it's pretty, I think, easy to understand. But if you want to go back to the podcast around the beginning and check it out, you're more than welcome to. It'll be posted, I think, here within the next 5 minutes.
Awesome. I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Glad to have you here, buddy. And thank you for writing ARK, the best project. Oh, man. Thank you so much. That's great promotion.
Yeah, well, it should spark some interest when people are reading, right? So that'd be a great thing.
Brilliant idea. Because everybody sees, what's in our avatar and profile, our short little bio here. Fantastic. And Mark, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, not too bad actually.
From 1 to 10, how's that level of FOMO?
Probably about 9.99.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you, Mark.
Yeah, the boss is just coming out. I think she wants to talk to you.
Hello there, young man.
Hello. What's your name?
My name is Deet, and I'm Mark's partner.
Hey, Deet. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the podcast tonight.
Thank you. But, young man, I just wanted to make a personal comment to you, and I don't know if anyone's ever mentioned this to you, but you have a really nice voice, like on the phone thing. And I like this, and I said to my Mark, I said, oh, I like listening to this chap talk. I said, he has a really nice voice when he talks. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, I'm blushing. I'm blushing, Deets. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope you like eating tomatoes and beetroot then, if you're blushing.
My friend, Dr. Marcel from Germany, he was here earlier. I think he already signed off, but I mentioned in the podcast that I've been over to his home and met his wife and family. He's been over to my home and met my wife as well. They brought over their kids, and sometimes when we're here, he sends me DMs, and he's like, "Man, I come to listen to you because your voice puts me to sleep. It's very soothing." He's like, "You should do like children's books podcasts."
Yeah. But you
He's so
have
funny.
like a really confident, like businessman type voice. It's really pleasant to listen to. It truly is.
Thank you, Deets. And I my wife, because she hears it all the time. And I do talk probably a good 8-9 hours a day nonstop, and she puts up with it. And she actually sometimes when I'm having like very sort of let's say intense conversations where it's like a mental challenge where you're going through like strategies or things with people, sometimes she just sits there and listens to me, and she's like, wow, that's so cool, man, you're doing a great job, go get him. She's very supportive. She's an angel. So thank you, Deez, for your compliment. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome, love. Well, I'll put you back to the chief.
And glad that you guys are on board the ARK. Mark's been here, I mean, really, I think since March with us, and so supportive and a gentleman, and somebody that's gone out there to talk about ARK and explain it to folks, and just been, a fantastic person, advisor, human being that I feel very fortunate to have comes to almost every single podcast. And I couldn't think of really a nicer person to be involved with us. So thank you for giving him the opportunity and the time to share with us.
Oh, of course. Atlas. Like I say to him, he's the one that puts it when he's out on the road in that Atlas doing all the moves and that. I'd say to him and to other people, I said, well, you're the one that's out there bloody flogging your ass off, putting the hard yakka in. You know, I'm not going to stop him from what he wants to do in his recreation time.
And he's a hard worker. I know he's up early over there and with the trucks, and the man is a machine and somebody that we look up to and admire. And he's just a foundation here, man. He's really part of this family without a doubt.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, it's a pleasure. You're welcome. And you take care now, love.
Oh, thank you. And you be good to yourself. And Mark, thank you for introducing me to Dietz. What an honor.
I had no say in the matter.
The boss, man. What would we be without our women? You know, I don't know where I'd be at. My wife's been a great person and supportive throughout.
But I'd be drunk.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Getting up to no. What was that?
Drunken at the whorehouse, probably.
You're a wild one. You're a wild man, Mark. We love you. We love you just the way you are, though.
That's why I called Nate the handbrake.
The handbrake. Oh man, that's great, man. Well, yeah.
Put the brakes on a year ago. Keep telling I'm due for parole.
Oh, you're killing me, man. You're absolutely killing me. But yeah, I would imagine, I mean, the amount of time, Mark, that you spend here, the amount of hours, if we cataloged going back, you know, phase one and look, today's the 42nd podcast here, 67 over there. And I'm pretty sure, Mark, you've been to probably 98% of the podcasts that I've done.
I missed two, I think.
Yeah. So 99.9.
A lot of the times I can't hear it because of the noise of the trucks. And yeah, while I'm driving and just going through areas dropping in and out. But yeah, I always get into it somewhere.
There's literally, I think, only Fortunate who spent more time with me on podcasts. Yeah, I think Brad too, and you three guys are without a doubt, I believe, you know, Fortunate, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anybody else that has been here as much as us three and Mark that you could think of? I don't want to leave anybody out.
Well, no, I mean, you've only got to look in the podcast now. I know I missed one podcast ever. That was the night that I was helping Noggy with the with his job as the milkman. I don't think Fortunate's missed a single one. If he has, it's like one, and Mark might have missed two. You know, it's I can't think of anybody else.
And technically, if we are going to go there, right? Technically, Fortunate has been here even more than me, if you think about it, because there was a couple of days that he did the podcast for me. I was ill. I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. I was there. I remember it. I was thinking, where's Atlas? But Fort took care of business and, you know, ran the show really well.
He stepped up, and you and Mark were here. So technically, you guys have probably been on the air more than me. You're through our whole process. Interesting thought. But yeah, I can only imagine how many, you know, hours Ms. Dietz has heard us here talking. And we all know, man, Atlas talks like a parakeet. Just keeps going nonstop, man. We love to talk, and I think it's good. It's important. It gives us time to meet a lot of the folks and have them come and interact. So people come for a little bit, some people come for a lot, but I think it's great to have this community. And this fellowship that we're building through time. These are very strong bonds that we're developing here. And now Brett is another champ of the podcast, and really just, man, like it's a home run every AMA we go to when Brett gets off, man, and he starts just finally firing those bullets of information, those pearls of wisdom that everybody's just absorbing and understanding. So I think an immense addition here to the team, from not only the architectural of all these contracts, but really also stepping up in the community and being a voice, being a part of this amazing team. So shout out to Brett on that, man. He's really, really stepped up and come through. Let's get this crypto.
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt in that. And mentioning Brett, I mean, since he joined Phase One, I mean, he's pretty much attended every AMA from then till now, because he's certainly been in every single ARK podcast. So, if there was another person, or the closest person to that attendance record, would certainly be Brett.
That's very true. Yeah, he's been on, and I mean, just completely nonstop, man. And these guys got a baby and his grown kids that are in his life, and a wife, and taking him to school and coaching. I honestly don't know how the man does it. It's quite a feat. It's very impressive.
He gets up in the morning and he goes to the gym, and that sets him up for the day. Isn't that right, Brett?
Oh yeah, gotta do that. If I don't, I'll go crazy. Too many ones and zeros. But yeah, thanks for the kind words, as always. I'll never talk about myself, so. But what a good podcast tonight. What a journey. We had that great article from Catalyst, and then we released a new little piece of the ARK puzzle, and then Coach with the breathing. Yeah, that was fun.
Absolutely.
Hey, Atlas, I tell you, I'm enjoying coming and just listening to all of these newfound, ARK stars, like Betty, and folks that are coming on and sharing their experience and sharing their journey at writing their first article or writing their 100th article, and just that experience alone is just a good feeling. So I hope that there's a lot more people, and I think that once ARK launches and people start seeing that, they're actually making money in these ROI dApps, because a lot of them, had that mentality of just coming in and just compounding to the max to the end and not taking any profits out. And, kind of like playing roulette, if it's going to be a value at the end or not on that end. So just folks getting in something new and fresh and being able to, to make money, every other day or 2 or 3 days a week is going to be, just such a good feeling for a lot of folks. So, I'm looking forward to a lot more of these testimonials that people are going to be sharing, on these live daily past every night.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see your participation here to Florida Realtor. You've become a part of the family and upgraded to admin, and a mentor to all of us as well, with so much experience in real estate. But really, it's your integrity and your knowledge, empathy towards other that really shines through. So thank you, man. You're always here too, holding the torch, and we're going to see a lot of what you're talking about, the testimonials. The folks at ROI here are I think just going to be such a really, really strong force, as that's going to be something that we're going to see quickly, and they're going to have that confidence to go out there and talk about it in these uncertain times. People will be happy to hear, hey, you got into an investment, you're doing well, you're earning, you got your initials back out, which is the second most important thing in investing. So yeah, a lot of great times and beautiful days, I think, are really ahead of us. And man, my FOMO is through the roof. I don't think I could even put it on a meter. I know I asked Mark about that, but the excitement and the feeling of just gratefulness for having the opportunity to work with these gentlemen, to have gone on this path. It's been a long journey since February, and the people we've picked up along the way, including yourself, Florida Realtor, as one of the most recent, really, folks that have become part of this foundation that is ARK. I couldn't have dreamed in my wildest, most ambitious dreams of being here with you guys. So thank you, all of you, for being a part of this. It is a huge team effort. There's no doubt about it.
And Florida Realtor tomorrow night, we're going to have, I believe Jimmy Cash is going to come on and share his article, which is a real personal story. So tomorrow you'll hear from another rising star in the ARK family. I almost forgot to tell everybody I got my Ultimo card today. So I had to go through a little approval process. So it might be 1 to 2 days before I can use it, but I'll definitely keep everybody updated.
It arrived just like you said.
Yep, I got it. And, to do my little approval step, and now I'm just waiting 24 hours for the approval, and then I can hopefully use it.
That's awesome, man. I can't say I got my Ultimo car, but I certainly did get my rewards, which I'm sure you did as well, on that from the pool there. So, man, that's exciting since joining the Ultimo Pay and getting into that group with the NFT, and then getting a reward shortly after was just solidifies the whole process on that end. And I'm seeing people all the time getting the cards and sharing their first time, whether it's buying a beer or buying clothes or taking their family on a journey or just traveling or whatever. You hear so many testimonials of that, and that's just good to hear. And then to hear that here on ARK, these people that are really digging in and writing these articles and just really getting it, and understanding the power and the vision of ARK is just man, it's just really a good bullish feeling to have. So, but I'm glad you got your card. Let us know, Brett. Make sure you take a picture of, or if you want, or you can just share it with us. But just the first thing you buy with it, man, that'd be kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure, and I'll post it here in the Telegram. And yeah, another great. It was good to see Catalyst's review as well of the Legacy NFT, and we know that one's paying. And yeah, some really cool. I'm loving seeing these utility and ROI NFTs. We know Bridge DeFi. I have some of those as well, and those will start paying out soon. And yeah, it's a really cool step in the right direction for DeFi.
I think tonight, just how you're listening to people talk and things, and you just get this perception of a different outlook on something. And I think the NFTs are a sleeping giant. I think people, they know how important they are, but I think that majority of the people, they read through things, and the main thing they think about is downline. Yeah, I get a downline. Yeah, I might get some rewards, but these NFTs are powerful. Just they are powerful as far as the return that you're going to be able to get with these things from. It's just I can't wait to see, because once it just kicks in, they start get the revenue from the vault, of the ARK sales and buys, and that's just going to be huge. So I'm glad that Catalyst had said that he's going to be tracking that, because that's going to be great to just to see how the movement of that goes. But I think people we're going to go back and look at that NFT again. It's not, even if you're not going to be a team builder, just another source of revenue and what to come, because I know that you all talked about the vision, these external resources. I know Atlas has shared several different things that he's looked at from experience in the past with the gas industry and stuff as well. So it's just something that's going to be looked at. So I think more people are going to be looking at these NFTs in a different lens. And I know I'm going to be sharing it more than just because I have my hand raised. I mean, I talk to people about it, and I really didn't encourage an NFT if they weren't going to build. I said do the bonds, but I mean it's really, you don't have to be a team builder to get NFT. These are another source of passive income to hold, guys. I mean, I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we tried to add as much value as we could, knowing that down the road people are going to catch on as we grow and expand, and there'll be a point where the FOMO really hits, I think, on them. May not be right away as people are viewing them, like you said, just to get referral rewards or try to gain the CWR. But once we have some external investments and some things going, I think they're going to get pretty exciting. And then people are going to want to be part of the DAO once they see that we've stuck around for a while. A lot of the risk is going to be out, but there might not be many left. So if people are kind of on the fence about it, or waiting to get some dry powder, I would move sooner than later.
Yeah, all of the mechanics to this is so much different. Everybody's so used to the drip. You had to buy the B-REIT to unlock the downlines, and then Furio, you had to buy the NFTs, really, which didn't do anything on that end. So this is truly, I think, opening people's eyes, are really seeing that this is unlike any other protocol out there. This isn't a clone, a fork, or anything. It's taken the good of everything previous and and made it into its own from scratch. And I think really people are seeing this when they're really digging in and listening to all these testimonials and listening to all these new innovative things that you all keep bringing out on that end. And they're open their eyes like, man, this is a big deal, a really big deal. It's not like just something else, or this ain't volume 2 of drip or volume 3 or 4 of this. I mean, this is its own fresh new protocol. So super exciting stuff, guys.
Thank you, Florida Realtor. Well said. I'm glad that you understand it and that you're able to convey that with such power. Thank you. So guys, look, I think we've been here 3 hours and 46 minutes on tonight's podcast. The time just flies because we're so into this, man. We are so passionate, and it's something that I think there's nothing we'd like to do more than to build ARK and to be here with our community and talking to all of you one-to-one, being able to answer any questions, and really the positive feedback that is coming to us. Seeing Jashawn's article the other day, first article he wrote, and just the level that he of detail, right, that he went into, and bringing a perspective. Can't wait to have the gentleman that's coming back tomorrow, right, Jim. That's another fantastic article. And look, I just can't tell you how that emotion of seeing folks understand it and be able to convey it. It's a powerful thing, man. So looking forward to more of that. Let's see, before we close out tonight, if there's any other question or comment, guys. Feel free to unmute your mic. All right. Well, folks, we're going to bring this to an end for this evening. And we want to thank all of you for coming and participating in tonight's podcast. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC. And tomorrow, guys, is a huge, huge day for ARK. We will be over on James Pelton YouTube channel live. He has a massive community of investors. We want to get out there. We want to get in front of those great folks and talk about ARK. Explain, what we're doing here, how we came together as a team, and really the whole vision that we have put together, all this work, and all this opportunity, this great proposition that we have for these folks in these uncertain times. So that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. UTC. We really hope that all of you are able to come. If you're not able to come, you're at work or you have other responsibilities, we completely understand. It will be recorded. We will be posting it here and we'll catch you here, at tomorrow night's podcast, getting ready for December 15th on Thursday for our official launch of the whole system. It's going to be quite fantastic, guys. So good night. And for the folks that weren't here and are listening to the recording at a different date, different time, we thank you for also coming and participating through listening. And we hope that you found it informative and that you were really able to get something productive out of our time here tonight. Take care.